Hey everyone, History Mystery Man here on behalf of Salem Speedway today, coming to you from Scott County, Indiana, way down at the bottom, just about 30 miles north of Louisville or so. Today in the county seat, that would be Scottsburg, and the centerpiece of Scottsburg here in the Scott County Courthouse Square, the Scott County Courthouse, originally built in 1873 and 1874. The very west wing you see way behind me, right there, that's the original building. It's been since added on to and renovated over the decades, but it's really a beautiful town square, and we look forward to visiting some of the store owners in and around the square today. We'll find out what's historically significant about Scott County. I'm finding out it's a lot. There's a lot to see and do here. I encourage you to visit Scott County. This is a really fantastic place. You need to see it. Welcome aboard. We're glad you're with us. Let's go check it out. There it is, the Yellow Brick Cafe. Heard a lot about this place. Beautiful. Oh yeah. Yay. You're not getting out of this. Yeah, you're in. There's no way out. I'm not leaving till I get something. Might even, how about a peanut butter sandwich? Let's start there.
Ever since I opened this place, this is the way I look in every picture from day one.
And she doesn't want to.
Greasy and
You look fabulous, by the way.
with my little black dress.
I could see you on the cover of Life magazine. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
We heard. Okay, so how long have you been the owner here?
We opened May 19th of last year.
So you haven't been there all that long, or here all that long. How's it going?
Good. We started small because we wanted to.
But I came in here at lunch and I couldn't hardly get through the place. There's so many people.
It's almost every day is better than
It's all at once, and they leave all at once.
Are you open all day, or do you take a break, or are you even open for dinner?
No, we are not yet. Just 11 to 3, Monday through Friday. But so many people want it to come back, and so many people want nights. But if we're open, I'm here and I'm cooking, and I can't do it all.
I understand. And I noticed that some of the heavy hitters come for lunch here, like the
They
mayor
do.
was in today, and Mike Chesser from the Convention and Visitors
The
Bureau.
tall man.
The tall guy, 6'5" Chesser.
Yeah.
Do you know who our tallest president was?
Abraham Lincoln.
You're all over it.
Yeah.
I can't get anything past you.
Yeah.
Okay, what do you know about the building? Do you have any idea how far back it reaches?
Well, the dates outside, what's it say? 1906?
1906?
I believe. I
About
could
the
be
turn
wrong.
of the century, anyway.
I know it was originally the Hubbard's.
That's an original Hubbard sign up there on
I
the
know,
wall. over there,
I took a
yeah.
picture of it.
Yeah.
That's so cool. Well, I like it as the Yellow Brick Cafe.
Absolutely.
Okay, so I know it's been a struggle, but things are looking up for you in the
Yes.
square here in Scottsburg.
Absolutely.
Yes? Business is getting better all the time?
Yep.
She has doubled.
But we do have Scottsburg City parking behind the building, across behind the pet shop over there. There's 2 huge parking lots there, and there's a small one behind us here.
Are
I
you,
actually park my car in a regular's driveway that lives behind.
Yeah.
He's so nice.
He says, I know you don't have nowhere to park. You can park in my yard.
And when there is nowhere to park, I'll just back it right up in his driveway. So.
Oh, see, no,
it's
that's
nice.
a cool
Yeah.
small town story.
Yes.
That doesn't happen in downtown
Yeah.
Detroit.
Well, he
No,
likes
it's
our food.
Louisville. Yeah.
Are you in for the long haul? You're going to take a good serious run at this?
Yes, sir.
All
I
right.
mean, this is what I do, what I've always done.
I quit my full-time job to come here and
My
work
job.
for her.
Well, are you from Scottsburg?
No, I am from Charlestown.
Okay.
My grandparents always lived close to Scottsburg, Nab area, Marysville. And this is where we would come on the weekends when I stayed with them up here to Scottsburg to do, hang out or whatever.
How do you like Scottsburg?
I like it a lot.
I like hearing that.
And great friends. And then I moved away and I moved back recently, and it's really comfortable to be back. It just has that feel. Scottsburg does. Yeah.
I like that.
I like
love
that.
those small town stories.
Exactly. I love that my son is, gonna go to Lexington Elementary, the same place that I went. It feels
wonderful.
comfortable.
It's home.
It's home.
Yeah, it is.
It's home. Well, it's my home today, if you don't mind.
Yeah,
It's
absolutely.
okay.
I love it. Thank you so much.
You're
You're welcome.
Thank
Thank you.
We appreciate it.
You bet. That didn't take long.
Any ketchup or mustard?
Yeah, I'll try out a little mustard. Man, that looks sweet. Hey, every small town's got a cool coffee shop on the corner. This one on the northwest corner of the Courthouse Square, the Java Station, Scottsburg, Indiana. And check it out. Isn't it beautiful? The exposed brick, original tin ceilings, original wood floor, restored. It's absolutely beautiful, isn't it? How cool. The Java Station in Scottsburg, Indiana. Anchor on the northwest corner. Sweet. Pop-up yoga at the Taylor Rose Salon. And wait till you see this place. It's a beautiful salon, isn't it? It's gorgeous.
So it's 15 each. 15.
I see. How do you like Scottsburg?
I love it. Yeah, very nice. People are good people here, and nice country.
Yeah,
Yep,
yeah.
nice.
And you said you have several acres here against this pond here?
6 acres.
6
Pond's
acres.
1 acre. Yep.
Wow,
Yep.
that's really cool.
Yep.
And this is, of course, we're right next to the railroad tracks where the Reno brothers
Right.
committed their crime here.
Right.
That's interesting.
That's what we heard. Supposedly the money's missing. That's what I heard. I don't know if that's true or
It
not.
might be buried on your property
It
here.
could be.
Mind
Yeah.
if I
Yeah, who
carry a
knows?
gold shovel around?
I
And-
know. I know.
Yep. You like Scott County?
Very much.
Oh,
Yeah, very
that's nice
much.
to hear.
Nice place to reside in.
Thanks
Yep.
for visiting.
Okay. Good
Ye-
luck.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you.
Yes, sir. In 1866, just after the Civil War, the infamous Reno Brothers gang committed the first moving train robbery in American history in Seymour, Indiana. They committed 4 train robberies in all, the 4th of which happened here in what used to be Marshfield, Indiana. Along these tracks, we're just north of Scottsburg, about a mile or so, but along these tracks on May 22nd, 1868, they robbed their 4th train, made off with a substantial amount of loot, were eventually apprehended. It's a good thing, too. They were brutal thieves. They not only robbed their victims, they murdered a lot of them, too. They were apprehended and taken to a jail in New Albany, Indiana. A local vigilante mob had had enough and forced their way into the jail in December of 1868, and one by one, they lynched the 4 Reno brothers. And that was the end of their crime reign, but some of it ran right through these tracks here in Scott County. The mayor's office. All right. Mayor, what's interesting to me for starters is that if I have it right, you are the longest standing mayor in the state of Indiana at the helm here in Scottsburg for how long? Do I have that right?
Well, yes. I'm finishing up my 32nd year. This is the last half of my 32nd year. I'm the longest serving mayor in the state of Indiana. Well, Scottsburg is I think it's very unique, and it's just a very good place to live. Scottsburg is a place where neighbor still helps neighbor, not maybe as much as they used to, but they still do.
So when you fall down, more than likely someone's going to help pick you up.
Yes, yes, sir. Yes,
I like
sir.
that.
No, I can't tell you we don't have any problems. Everybody has some problems, but
Of course.
it's just a good place. Got some very good schools. Downtown the square is a historic district that we created, and we have really challenged people and worked with people to keep the buildings up and keep them in good repair. But all in all, I think we've done a very good job. And preserving our heritage and our history is very, very important.
Do you guys ever get called to the Capitol to confer with higher ranking state officials and even Washington, D.C. for that matter?
Yes, we do. We go to Indianapolis, we talk to the governor and different elected officials there, and it's kind of unique that you ask that question right now because Tuesday I'm going to Washington, D.C. to the White House
Really?
for a meeting of regional leaders.
But what's nice is I know that when you go to Washington, D.C., Mr. Mayor, you're going to put a good word in for Scottsburg, Indiana.
Absolutely.
That's wonderful.
That's the primary reason we're going.
Ah.
My family originally come over here in 1937. My father and my uncle drove a steam engine over here from Salem, Indiana. It took them 3 days to drive that steam engine over here, and they started a sawmill.
Wow.
I can remember as a kid, and we probably lived a half a mile away from here, but on Saturday night, my dad would drive to town and park our car here on the square. And then he'd walk back home. And then we as a family might walk to town that Saturday night, and my brothers and sisters and I would go to the movie theater, and my parents would sit there in their car on the square, or my dad would, or visit with the men on the square, while the women all walked around the square and the window shop more than anything. But you really grew up in a close community atmosphere.
I would love to experience that.
Yeah, and they come in on a Saturday night, and if somebody's car wasn't there, they go check on them.
That's small town America.
Yeah, real sense of community.
I love it.
Small-time
I love
America.
it. Now, you were saying City Hall used to be a bank?
Yes, it was Scott County State Bank.
I gotcha.
And this was the bank building. You're sitting right now, you and I are sitting in the president's office.
The president of the bank.
Yes.
Now the mayor's home.
And I don't loan much money out of here.
You don't loan much money? Okay, well, I was just getting to that part. Okay. I guess the conversation's over, Mr. Mayor.
No, I think
All right.
I want to make you welcome, but I want to
Okay.
make sure you know that I'm not lending off.
Okay, you don't even have $5, huh? Okay.
Well, I might loan you $5.
All right. It's a deal. I'll take it.
All right.
So has it been a good life, Mr. Mayor, in Scottsburg, Indiana, for you?
Well, I'm still here and wouldn't want to live anywhere else.
Listen, thank you so much for your time today, Mr. Mayor. Scottsburg is a wonderful community.
Don, I thank you very much for doing a story on Scottsburg. I'm very proud to have you here.
Scott County's got a lot to offer, everything from our family fun activities to a tremendous heritage that we celebrate. And as a matter of fact, we're getting ready to celebrate our county's bicentennial next year in 2020.
So, wow. So Scott County first came to be in 1820.
In 1820, actually on February 1st is that date of incorporation for our county.
In fact, you were telling me earlier about the people of Scottsburg, that
Right.
It's the people that make this place special, the people that drive this place.
It is, and being in my position as the director of the Scott County Visitors Commission, I've been opened up to a lot of great festivals and a lot of incredible business and business owners. And the thing that I keep coming back to, and again, I'm outside, I come from outside the community, so I wasn't born and raised here, is the people make the difference. And it's the people and their passion and their drive for doing for others and being connected is really makes the difference. And
I'm seeing it today, and I just got here. I've met some wonderful people already, some of the owners in the business square, and you've got a lot of improvements coming to Scottsburg. The roads in are being repaved, and I noticed the brick sidewalks throughout the Scott Courthouse Square. It looked fairly new to me. It really looks nice.
it's a project that was undertaken a few years back, and it does really kind of accentuate our downtown and makes it look very homey, very hometownish, which seems to have a little bit of magic amongst people, not only here in our community, but also those that come in and visit. It's almost like going back to their own personal family roots and heritage. It's hard to explain and articulate appropriately, but there is something about small towns that people love to come, experience, and feel that warmth and, in our case, Hoosier hospitality.
Awesome. Thanks for your time today, Michael.
Sure.
So
Well, I
appreciate it.
you coming out to Scott
Yes, sir.
County.
Beautiful old building, and we're gonna check it out here in Scottsburg. Oh yeah, that's my favorite song. So I've heard this place referenced as the poor farm. Is that a misnomer, or what exactly is a poor farm anyway?
It was a county poor farm. People lived here that had no home, no families.
So you weren't necessarily homeless, but if you were
No.
down on your luck for a
Right,
time,
that's
you
more
could
what
come
it
here.
was. That's more what it was, yes.
That's
Yes.
interesting.
That's
And
what
this
it was.
place operated as such for how long?
Well, it was 1892 and until about 1974, somewhere
Wow.
along there. And then, nursing homes became popular and people started going to the nursing homes.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
So your grandparents were the superintendents here, and you say you actually lived here for
I
a
was
time?
born when they lived here, and
Wow.
for 8 years.
So your connections to this grand old
Was.
building go back to the
That's
beginning.
and that's what it is, a grand old building.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this place
This
is
was a
special
great
for
place
you.
to grow up. I
I'll
mean,
bet.
Yes.
How do you like Scottsburg?
Oh, I've been here all my life, so
Oh, that's nice. I
Yes.
love it when I hear that story. I've been here all my life and I'm still here. So there must be something special about it for you.
Right. It's a small town, and
Well,
small towns are good. Scott County is a great place to live. It really is.
I'm with you. I can see it everywhere I go.
Right. Everybody knows everybody else, and they come together when they need to, and
Yeah. I think people are even more creative in small towns. If there's less to do, then they have to engage their imagination all the more.
oh, sure.
You know.
No, that's a school at Lexington.
Oh,
It's a
that's a
school at
school
Lexington.
in Lexington, which is also in Scott County.
Yes,
Now
yes.
I've got to believe that school is gone.
Oh, yes.
Oh, too bad.
But actually, some of those buildings there on the side are still standing.
Really? No
And
kidding.
Morgan's Raiders, Morgan himself slept in one of those houses along there. Yes.
John Hunt Morgan.
Isn't he a handsome fella?
Sure was. Heck yeah. Now he was part of the Confederacy, right?
And we
And,
have
and this Morgan raid that came through here, can you elaborate on that at all? What exactly happened?
what they did. They came through and they stole horses. They the farmhouses, the families fed them. They had to cook for them. They stole food.
Yeah,
They
so
were
this
just-
is, we're talking during the Civil War.
They burned buildings. They did a lot of damage too.
Yeah.
We have a gun here that is from the raid.
Oh,
That was
really?
left behind.
That's from Morgan's raid. Wow. Original courthouse cabinet? That's interesting.
Isn't it?
I love history. I wake up thinking about it every day.
Do you really?
Heck yeah. I love it. This is a really interesting museum.
It is.
It really is. That's what it looked like when you lived here?
Yes.
Wow.
And
That's your uncle standing there?
yes, here's my grandparents.
Oh my lord.
There's a lot of history in Scott County.
I'm beginning to understand that. It's Pigeon Roost Massacre, where the homes were. Do you have any idea how many settlers lost their lives?
There was about 27, and there was children, women and children.
lot of children.
A lot of children.
Wow. What year was that?
1812.
Do I need to ask you about the ghost stories? I said ghost tours out front. I mean,
Right.
have you ever experienced anything at all that would
Yes.
lend itself to that?
Plenty of times.
Yeah.
We do have ghosts here. We do.
How do you know that? Why do you think
One
that?
was standing right there where you're standing.
Ooh. Is that the cold chill I just felt? I'm sure you've got
It's
a million
mostly walking or a ball bouncing,
stories. Wow, kids.
things like that. Children. No, it's nothing scary. They're good ghosts. They're good ghosts.
I'll take a good one over a bad one any day. Welcome to Leota, Indiana. Population seems like about 26 today. Look at this old country store. Pretty fascinating. On a Saturday afternoon, it's open.
I think he will. He remembers a few. Not everyone.
Isn't that neat? Wow. This is a neat old country store, isn't it?
It's lovely.
Oh, this is so cool. Did you actually grow up here in Leota?
My parents came to Leota. This field over here across the road was where the original country store was that my dad and mom purchased. I was born in 31 and I was about 5 or 6, so they would have come down in about 1937. But then after he had that, he came over and built this store, and that would have been about probably 1938 or 39.
When this store was built.
Uh-huh.
So this building has a special attachment for you. It goes back to your childhood. You grew up in this building.
Mm-hmm.
Has your family been able to make a living out of this store over the years?
Yes, my dad made a good living.
Out of this store?
Mm-hmm.
And when you come to Leota, this store and post office across the street is pretty much the town. This is it.
Actually, there was not a post office here.
Okay, well, that-
when we came, it
right.
was already gone.
People would have to come from all around to come here because there's not a lot of population in the immediate area.
That's the reason he had these trucks that took the groceries to the people in the country.
Ah. You know, I love spending time in the courthouse squares of small town America, like this one here in Scottsburg, Indiana. I love thinking about the settlers that would wrap themselves around these squares in 1870 something, and all the conversations they would have. Their entertainment then was each other. They delighted in each other's conversations, and I would have liked to have been a part of that. The quietness, the stillness, the horse hooves going by. All that, it's part of the magic of small town America. Why they came and why they went, why we were into their places sent, brings wonder that daily overcomes us for what we mean and what they meant. For the History Mystery Man, I'm Don Radeball. I'll see you in the next Small Town America.